Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. It's Bella here, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a best of 2018, but I'm actually going to be using the products in a get ready with me. That way you guys get to see the products in action and I could tell you exactly what I like about the products while using them. I wanted to do this video get ready with me style so I could chit chat with you guys and just talk about some of my New Year's resolutions. And yeah, I'm just rambling at this point, so we're just gonna jump right into it. I did do my brows off camera and I used the Brow Gal by Tanya Crooks and it looks like this. And this was a heavily used product by me in 2018. If you love brow powders versus like a pencil or a pomade, then you will definitely love this brow product. I believe it came in a BoxyCharm. But I've been using it non-stop every single day. It's even broken because of how much I use it. So jumping into my eyeshadow primer, I'm just using the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. And if you guys have been watching our tutorials, you know that we use this as an eyeshadow primer all the time. So I'm just going to be putting that all over my eyelids. So I hope you guys all had a great 2018. It was kind of like a rough year for me, not for anything in particular, just for the fact that it was like just kind of a harder year for me, like work-wise. But I hope you guys had a great 2018, and I'm really excited for the new year just because it's like a fresh start and it's just like an opportunity to just, I don't know, do like a huge cleaning in my closet and just get my life together, I guess. Go ahead and comment down below what your New Year's resolutions are. I know that one of my New Year's resolutions is to hit 100k subscribers on this channel. Sophie and I have been posting like 5 days a week for the majority of 2018. I think we posted like 5 days, well, we tried to post like 5 days a week. Obviously some weeks it didn't really work out that way, but that's probably like my #1 New Year's resolution coming into this year, is to try to post like 5 times a week, every single week, consistently. And that honestly, it really worked for us this year, like posting that often, just because we did gain like 20,000 subscribers, I believe, this year, which we are super grateful for. I just can't wait to like reach that next level. So to set that concealer on my eyelids, I used the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Powder in the shade Pound Cake. So I'm just taking that loose powder on a beauty sponge, and it's not damp or anything, and I'm just going to stamp it on top of where I blended out that concealer on my eyelid. And then shortly after, I just take a fluffy brush and I just kind of try to wipe away whatever is left over. So my favorite brow bone highlight this year has been the Pixi Glowy Gossamer Duo in Subtle Sunrise, and it looks like this. This is definitely one of my most used products for sure. I use it in every single look almost to highlight my brow bone. And I use the gold shade right here. And as you can see, it's just crazy pigmented and it's just a beautiful gold shade. A lot of really great things happened this year, even though it was like kind of a rough year. I rescued Frankie. I got my other dog Oakley earlier this year. So it's been a very fun year when it comes to animals. And I also rescued my kitten. So I rescued a total of 3 animals this year. So I definitely feel a little bit like an animal hoarder. But I know that there's people that have way more animals than me. So I don't feel that bad. And if I use any products that was also your guys' favorite for the year of 2018, make sure you let me know down below in the comments. So moving on to eyeshadow. This was my favorite eyeshadow palette this year by far. Every time I would use it, I just wanted to use it the next day over and over and over. And that's because it's just so pigmented, and I feel like the shadows in this palette can be used in so many different ways. And it's the Lunar Beauty Life's a Drag palette. Literally my favorite palette right now. Let me know if you guys have tried it as well. So first I'm going to go into the shade Sickening right here. Just a really beautiful matte brown shade. So that's the first eyeshadow that I'm going to go in. I definitely want this year to be the year of consistency and just like working extremely hard. I feel like a problem that I had last year was I would set a lot of long-term goals, but I didn't really set any short-term goals. And the problem with that is that when you only have long-term goals, I feel like you tend to get discouraged because long-term goals don't normally happen overnight. It's like something that takes like 6 months to a year to accomplish, depending on the goal, whatever. But yeah, a lot of days last year I feel like I was just kind of upset with myself, and I feel like I didn't set enough short-term goals, like short-term, I don't want to say realistic, but like short-term goals that I could do like on a day-to-day basis to lead up to the long-term goal. So I feel like I just didn't really plan that much, and this year I made sure to like get a planner and really focus more on planning and mapping out short-term goals versus long-term goals. Yeah, that's something that I'm definitely gonna work on in the new year, and I'm just excited to have a different type of content for you guys. I feel like our channel has been really limited to just close-up eye looks, so I really want to just play with different video ideas and just really see what works for this channel. So next I'm going to be going into the shade Snatched right here. It's a gorgeous red shade. So I'm going to go in with Snatched. And you guys, this palette, honestly, like if you haven't picked it up, definitely pick it up because you will not regret it. If you don't, if you're the type of person that does not like these bright colors right here, don't forget that you can just put them on the lid, or just, you don't have to use them in the crease if that's not your type of vibe. But it definitely is my type of vibe. I love a colorful look. So I'm going in with Snatched, and I'm taking a little defined brush. I need to grab a better mirror, actually. Shoot. This is my Anastasia mirror. A lot of you guys are asking for Frankie updates. And if you don't know who Frankie is, he's a pit bull that we rescued from the shelter. We actually have a video on our YouTube channel talking about him, and just like the video shows us like going to the shelter and meeting him for the first time and everything. And he's doing really well. He wasn't potty trained at all when we first got him. And I feel like he's like almost all the way potty trained. He does have a lot of accidents still, but we're doing our best to take him out like every single hour to make sure. But yeah, we're just fostering him, and he's a really sweet dog. I feel like this year I kind of discovered like fostering in general. I never really thought it would be an option for me just because I get attached really easily. But seeing how many dogs there are in the shelter really like motivates me to keep doing it and not keep any of the dogs that I do decide to foster, just because I want to help so many. And it's actually really fun because you get to, you know, help with their training and whatever. If any of you guys have ever fostered a dog, definitely comment down below. I want to hear your experience with fostering, just because I'm so new to this. I want to know like how you gave up the dog after you were fostering it and how everything went down. But yeah, so next I'm going to grab the shade Trade right here. It's a little bit of a darker brown matte shade, so I'm going to grab this color next. So I'm just putting this color in my crease with a defined angled brush. The name of this brush actually scratched off, but any angle brush that you have will work. And I'm just drawing a line above my actual crease, and then I'm going to blend it out after. Oh, so, I don't know how I forgot about this. This year, my boyfriend and I actually moved in together, which was a really great experience. I feel like this was my first time moving out of my parents' house, obviously. Now I live in the mountains. I'm not going to say like what mountains, but I live in the mountains, still in California. I live like an hour away from where Sophie lives. She lives more in the city, but we see each other every single weekend. We still talk every single day. We FaceTime every single day. So we still feel like we live together even though we don't. But it's been super cold up here. We've gotten some snow, and I've never ever experienced snow in my life, so it's really exciting for me every time winter hits. Even though it only snows like once or twice a year up here. I would say the best part about moving out would be no longer having to share a room with Sophie. I love sharing a room with her because we both get along and whatever. Like, we seriously never used to fight ever. And we still never fight. I don't know why I said used to. We still don't ever fight. But it's just nice having my own space and like my own studio area and like my own vanity that I don't have to share with anybody, because our old room, the room that she's still in, it was just too small for like 2 vanities and like a huge filming space for both of us. So it's really nice like having my own space and having my own makeup collection separate from hers, because we used to just like throw all of our stuff in one vanity. So it was really nice for me to like have my own space and like have my own everything. But yeah, I do have my own studio here, which is really nice to have. And I'm so grateful for everything that I have. I'm honestly, like, the fact that I'm able to like film these tutorials, I'm just so grateful. Because I know that when I first started YouTube, I had like 10 makeup products that I would just use over and over again. So every single day when I sit down to do my makeup and just see all the makeup that I have now, it's just mind-blowing. Like, I'm so grateful for everything, and I can't wait to see like what this year brings. And I hope you guys stay tuned and stick with us to see what we have in store. I'm going to start smoking it out. So I'm going to be picking up this trade color once again, and I'm just going to be putting it on my outer lid, fading it inwards. Now I'm just grabbing a clean fluffy brush and just kind of blending everything out. So now that that's all nice and blended, I'm going to go back into my Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I'm just going to clean up the inner lid area. As far as my goals that I hit for 2018, I feel like definitely our YouTube grew so much that I'm like extremely proud of it. But this year I want to kick it up a notch for sure. Alright, so now that I have that pretty much done, I'm going to go ahead and set that with some translucent powder. If you wanted to, you could just go in with the eyeshadow, but I feel like the most effective way for me to get it to be super clean line is I have to set it right away. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just using the Easy Bake powder once again, just to set that in place. One of my goals for 2018 that I set for myself that I actually hit was I wanted to hit 100K on Instagram so bad, and I ended up hitting 110, so I honestly can't be mad at that. I mean, definitely like a long-term goal for me is to hit 1 million on Instagram and to hit 1 million here on YouTube, so that's definitely gonna happen, but I just gotta keep working towards it, and eventually I feel like if I work hard enough and if I just stay positive, because I feel like a lot of times here on YouTube, like, it's so easy to get discouraged. Like, Sophie and I have had this channel for 3 years, but we've been consistent for 2 years, and it's still like an everyday battle just to like stay motivated and to like be hopeful that things can really take off the way that we want it to. But I'm super hopeful about this year just because of all the things that we have planned. And so The next eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be going in with, it was another favorite of mine. It just came out recently, but it's still like a huge favorite of mine. So it's the Dose of Colors Desi X Katie Friendcation palette. And ooh. So one of the reasons why I love this palette so much is because of the foiled eyeshadows. They are so pigmented and so creamy, and I feel like these are all staples that I use in my looks often. So I'm going to be going in with Dirty Money, which is my favorite green eyeshadow of all time, and I'm like a bright eyeshadow junkie, so I'm always using my greens, my blues, and all those colorful shadows. So I definitely utilized this shade this year. I used it in a lot of different looks. So I'm just going to be applying that all over my lid. I don't know if you guys can see that. Hold on, maybe if I do it like this. Can you guys see that? How much it sparkles? So I'm going back into the Life's a Drag, and I'm just going to add a little bit more depth on the outer corner with that same color trade. So something new that I'm going to be trying this year is I got a planner. So I'm going to be like scheduling in on what day I'm going to film what video. So it will be super useful for me if you guys comment down below on this video and tell me the videos that you guys want to see from me so that I could schedule it in and actually film those videos for you guys. And I'm going to be applying my falsies off camera, just to make this video a little bit shorter because I am rambling a lot in this video. So my favorite lashes for 2018 by far are my Sophie Bella Bali Lashes. These are a pair that is already used, but let me tell you guys, this brand of lashes, Sophie and I's brand of lashes, they can be used so many different times. Like, I don't think you guys understand, we've been using the same exact lash for every style pretty much since we launched these lashes. These lashes definitely hold up and last a really long time. So I went ahead and applied my lashes off camera. I used the Sophie Bella Bali Lashes, and I will put the link to the website down below. I just want to quickly thank every single one of you guys that supported our brand in 2018. I saw a lot of you guys comment that you picked up our lashes, and you guys really don't know how much it means to us that you guys not only support our channel but support our brand. We work really hard to come out with like the best lashes for you guys, and we've been through a lot with the company. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but we recently went cruelty-free, so we switched our whole line from being Mink to Faux Mink, and that honestly was like super important to us because we wanted to make sure that our lashes were not using animal hair. And I do feel like we honestly nailed it. Our lashes are still fluffy and you still have the same curl that you would with a Mink lash. So a product that I really enjoyed this year was the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, and this one is the collab with Nicole Concilio, and this one is in the scent Centering Citrus. So I'm just going to spritz my face, and honestly you guys, this hydrates the skin so well, and I just feel like my makeup applies differently and lasts a little bit better when I use this primer water. And I really love how they came out with this collab with her because they have like different scents. I feel like the original one doesn't really have a scent. So as far as face primer, a product that I really enjoyed this year was the Bare Minerals Good Hydrations Silky Face Primer, and this is a hydrating primer, but it still, I feel like, blurs out the pores in a way, but in a really hydrated, not a silicone type of way, like more of a hydrating type of blurring effect, if that makes sense. And it's very creamy, milky consistency, just like the name says. And I'm just going to apply this to my skin. As you guys can see, it's already giving me like a really nice glow. So I really love this product, honestly. And this was a product that I used more towards like the beginning of this year. And I just, as I was like searching for products to use in this video, I was like, oh my god, I used to love this primer. This is the type of primer that's not going to be heavy, and it's just really lightweight, but it's also very, very hydrating. This can actually be used in place of a moisturizer, but it does say to apply it after skincare routine and before makeup application. So if you definitely want like an extreme glow, then I would recommend going in with your normal moisturizer and then putting this on top. So moving on to foundation. Well, first I should go into this product right here. This is the Laura Geller Color Correcting Trio, I believe. And it comes like this. It had a third shade down below, but it broke off just because I'm so rough with my makeup. But the shade that I've been using a lot is this pink salmon type of shade. And you guys, this product honestly just blurs the under eye, and it really hides the deep hollows of your eye bags, and I personally have really dark circles under my eyes, so this is definitely like a huge problem area for me, and this product has honestly changed the game for me. Like, I've tried different types of color correctors, but this one, for some reason, it's just like, it's kind of, at this point, it's kind of like a primer for my under eye. Like, before I go in with concealer, I have to go in with this just because it just blurs everything out, and it really takes away the hollows, the deep eye circles that I have, and it just kind of color corrects everything and makes it look like I slept like a good 12 hours, even though I didn't. So I usually just go in with my finger, and I'll warm it up on the back of my hand, and then I just go in under my eyes. Well, that's a lot. Definitely a little goes a long way, but this product is honestly amazing. So I just blend it out with my beauty sponge. So I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but it just took away my eye circles completely. So moving on to foundation, a ride or die for me this year has been the Becca Skin Love foundation. This is honestly the first light wearing dewy type of foundation that I have loved. I've tried a lot of glowy type of foundations that are light wearing, and none of them compared to this one. This one is still super, super full coverage, even though it is weightless. And I'm just going to apply that all over my face just so that you guys can see for yourselves. I even got my mom onto this foundation, and it's like her new favorite foundation. So everyone that I've told to try this foundation, they end up loving it. So I'm just going to go in with the Real Techniques 301 brush. And this has been my favorite foundation brush at the moment. It's just like a kabuki brush. And I'm just going to go ahead and buff that out. And as you guys can see, it's like my perfect match. And like, do you see how full coverage that is? It just makes the skin look so flawless. Just to make the foundation melt in even more, even though it is super melted in. You could just go ahead and grab a beauty sponge and just work it into the skin a little bit more. Alright, so many of you guys already know on our channel we have replaced the Tarte Shape Tape with the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. This concealer is a game changer, you guys. Like, it is so hydrating. If you have a problem with dry spots with the concealer, this will definitely fix your problem. And it's just by far the best concealer that I've ever tried. And I'm going to be mixing the shade Warm Beige and Nude. So first I'm going to go in with Warm Beige. And before we continue, I'm actually going to go in with the Born This Way Multi-Use in Chestnut to cream contour real quick. And I just apply it to my forehead. my nose, under my lip, under my chin, my cheekbones. And this has been like my favorite way to cream contour lately. So I'm just going to blend out the cream contour really quickly because we already put that concealer there. So I just like to pounce it out. And I really love this concealer as a cream contour and as a concealer because it's not drying at all. So it's easy to work with and it does not dry fast. A lot of cream products I have a problem with because they dry way too fast. And then by the time you go to blend them out, it's like impossible to blend. So I definitely have to contour that double chin. I know that's a lot of people's problem areas, especially me. It's like genetic. So I just like to contour that out. And as you guys can see, like this literally blends to perfection. This is why it's my favorite product to cream contour with. And you could always take your foundation brush and just go over it if it looks too harsh. And then taking a defined brush, I'm going to blend out the contour on my nose. Plump. And then I'm going to be going in with the beauty sponge to blend out my nose contour. And I'm also going to blend out that concealer because it's been sitting there for a minute. And just kind of blend everything together. And I am going to be going in with a lighter concealer shade. So I'm going to go in with Nude now. And I'm just going to be putting that on the high points, kind of in the center. Just to blend everything out. Just to brighten the face a little bit more. So I just put it under my eyes, on my chin, on my nose, and on my forehead. And I'm just going to blend that out. So now I'm going to be going in with my favorite loose powder for the year 2018. It was the Huda Beauty Easy Bake powder in the shade Pound Cake. I definitely use Pound Cake when I want a more bright highlighted under eye, and I use the shade Banana Bread when I want a more muted type of under eye. But today we're going in for that heavy glam, so I'm definitely going to take Pound Cake, and I just put that underneath my eyes, baking it down the sides of my nose as well. And that just kind of makes my nose look a little bit thinner than it is. And I also like to put some powder on my chin and on my smile lines because that's where I tend to crease the most from like smiling throughout the day. And then I definitely just go over with whatever's left on my forehead. It's really important to set everything before it like settles into your fine lines if you have any, like I do. And then I just grab a big fluffier brush, and I really love this powder because it's so finely milled and it just leaves like a really nice veil over your skin of like just like blurred perfection. So next I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose really quickly while I bake underneath my eyes. And for contouring the nose, I've been loving the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Medium Deep Bronzer. And this has been like my favorite bronzer for several years to contour my nose, especially because it is more of a neutral tone. So I literally just draw a line underneath to shorten the nose a little bit. And then I definitely put a line right on this part right here just to give like the buttony nose effect. And then I'm going to put a little bit on my nose as well. just to really contour it out. And then I grab a fluffier brush to blend everything. So now that that powder's been sitting for a minute, I'm going to go ahead and wipe it away. And I just take a clean brush and I just do light stippling motions. That's why I love this powder so much. It just gives such a filtered look. Like my skin just feels like it's smooth. So I actually went ahead and just started to apply some eyeshadow to the lower lash line. And I pretty much just used all the same shadows that I used in my crease. I used the shades from the Life's a Drag palette. And now I'm just going to be going in with my favorite mascara from 2018. It was the Voluminous Superstar Fiber. And I believe this one's from Maybelline. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply. It's a purple one just like this. So it has a thin wand on one side and a thicker one on the other side. And I like the thin one for my lower lashes just because I feel like it really grabs the individual lashes and elongates them. So that's the one that I'm using right now. And I'm just going to be applying that. I've been loving to smoke out my lower lashes more in 2018. I feel like I went through a whole phase where I wasn't applying anything to my lower lash line just for a more bright and youthful type of look. But I've really been loving the smoked out lower lashes. So next I'm going to be going in with some liquid highlighters, and this has been like my favorite combination for 2018. I've been using the Anastasia Liquid Glow in the shade Peach Fuzz and the Mary Duminizer liquid highlighter. I like to mix the two because I feel like the Mary Duminizer can be kind of light on me. So I just like to mix the two together. And honestly, you guys, this, if you want to bring your highlight to the next level, this combination will really do that for you. So I just mix it on the back of my hand, and this is the shade that you get when you mix those two together. If you have more fair skin, you could use the Mary Duminizer by itself. But this is honestly my favorite thing to do for like that dramatic highlight. And I just go in with a different finger to blend it out. And I just apply it with my ring finger first, just to the high points of where I want my highlight to pop the most. Right there on my cheekbone. And then I just blend it out with my finger. And I kind of just go back and forth on both sides. And it's okay if it doesn't look perfect, honestly. Like, once you apply the powder highlight, it blends it out more. Two favorite highlighters this year, the Desi X Katy Fuego highlight and the Pixie Subtle Sunrise highlighter. And I used the gold shade, so I'm going to go in with the Desi X Katy Fuego. This one is so bomb. So I'm just going to be applying that to the high points first. And then on the center part only, where I want it to shine extra, I use the gold shade from the Subtle Sunrise Glowy Gossamer Duo. And I just put that right there. Right on the high point. On both sides. And that's about it. And if you feel like you want a little too crazy, you could always go back in with your powder brush. And then for bronzer, my favorite bronzer of 2018 by far was the BH Cosmetics Brilliance Bronzer in the shade Coco Cutie. This shade isn't too warm, isn't too cool, but I would definitely say if you're more fair than me, then this bronzer might not work for you. But if you're just as olive and tan as me, this bronzer will be fabulous for you. And normally I just go in with the Jaclyn Hill JH02 to apply it first. And I just kind of apply it all over where I want to be bronzed. So my forehead, my cheekbones, underneath my nose, and my jawline as well. And you guys, this bronzer is so pigmented, you barely need any, and you get such a bronzed look. Something else that I've been loving to do in 2018 is I've been loving to grab a defined brush to kind of stamp on exactly where I want the definition to be. And only do this if you have time to like take your time to blend out the line, because it is kind of hard to blend it out sometimes. But this has been like my favorite way to just get a super chiseled look. I did kind of go kind of heavy on that. And you see how the bronzer came down pretty low? We are going to bake with some loose powder afterwards, and that's also something that I've been loving to do in 2018. Alright, so now we're going back into the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Powder, but I'm going to be taking the shade Banana Bread, and this has really been changing my life. And I also drag it down a little bit just so that it's not just like a line. It kind of like fades down. And this just gives you like such a snatched contour, and it just, if you bring the bronzer down too far, it definitely helps to clean it up. So next I'm going to be going into my favorite blush of 2018, and that is the Benefit California Blush. And you guys, this blush makes you look like you just spent a week at the beach. And especially if you apply it over your nose and on your and on the apples of your cheeks, it just gives you such a sun-kissed look. It just looks like you just got back from vacation. This is like my favorite blush ever. Honestly, when I do my makeup, if I don't have this blush, I just feel like my makeup doesn't look complete. So I just apply it to the apples. And I also apply it on my nose, like I said. And I love this blush because you can't take it too far. Like, you could apply so much and it still looks really natural and really youthful, and it just makes you look more awake. And it does have like a really slight radiance to it as well. It's just a really pretty peachy, pink, corally type of color. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I feel like it just complements my skin tone really well. So I definitely like applying my blush when I have this powder baking, because afterwards I can just kind of merge it all together. And it just kind of like settles down the blush if I went too hard with it. So now moving on to my favorite lip combo of 2018. I definitely got really good use out of this Makeup Forever lip liner in the shade 12. This is definitely my most used lip liner of 2018 just because it's like a pinky type of nude, but not too much on the pink side. Okay, so now moving on to liquid lipstick, because 2018 was definitely the year of liquid lipsticks for me. I used a liquid lipstick almost every single day, and the one that I reached for the most was the Dose of Colors Let's Cuddle liquid lipstick, and it's definitely a more of a nude liquid lip. Alright guys, so there you have it. That's my most used makeup for 2018 and my favorite makeup of 2018, and I definitely love how it turned out. This is definitely a look that I've been wearing all year long. I really quickly just took the headband off, and I just want to talk a little bit more about this lip color. This is honestly a really long wearing liquid lipstick, and I feel like it's super light, so it doesn't crack off or make your lips overly dry, which I really love about it. And I feel like it's a really pretty nude color that will go with so many different looks, so that's pretty much why it's been a favorite of mine. And I want to announce the giveaway winner for this month. As you guys know, or as you guys may not know, we do giveaways once a month here on our YouTube channel, and we give away a pretty hefty amount of makeup. So if you want a chance to win some free makeup, make sure that you like this video, make sure that you are subscribed to our channel, and make sure that you have your post notifications turned on. So definitely hit that bell button. and definitely make sure that you stay tuned for all of our videos. And once you turn on your post notifications, subscribe to our channel and like the video, make sure that you comment done down below for a chance to win next month. But right now I will be announcing the winner for December, and the winner is Crystal Sawyer. So congratulations to Crystal, and we will be sending you a message very soon letting you know that you are the winner. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.